We are now going to talk about two-dimensional arrays, and we have seen something similar with nested loops, where you have an outer loop that controls the number of rows and an inner loop that controls the number of columns. So what we have over here is a program where we look at two things. It's a program with sales data, and the sales data is first by division and then secondly by quarters. And you can see that in the data file here. This is the first division and the 4 quarters, second division over here, and the third division. So we have again declared our constants over here at the global level, and now over here you see the two-dimensional array, and it has 3 rows and 4 columns. We also want to calculate the total sales at the end, and then over here we need to keep track of divisions and quarters. We use that as the loop counters to make it a little bit easier to see what is what and what is in the outer loop and what is in the inner loop. And we're going to read it from a file so we don't have to type it all in. So the first thing we do is we're going to make sure that the input file can open properly. And if that's the case, then we're going over here to the actual program, and over here everything is still in the main function. So we make sure that numbers are going to be displayed with 2 decimals. Over here a header, and at this point it's probably a good idea to just run it first. So what we see over here when we run the program, this is the header here, and then we're going to read everything in for division 1 and the 4 quarters and print it out over here, division 2, and over here division 3, and then we keep we also have to add over here all these numbers to get this total over here. Now normally you would just start with a total of 0 before you go through the nested loop and then pick it up as you go along. Over here that's done in a separate nested loop, and you'll see that, but that's just for demonstration purposes. So first thing we're going to do is fill the array and at the same time print things out. So over here this is division number 1, and we start counting at 0 over here. So you see that for the printout we have to add 1 to it. Same thing for the quarter on the nested loop. So for the output we just add 1 to it. And notice that over here then this is where we get the numbers. And you see that again we have to use 2 indices, one for the division, the outer loop, and one for the quarter for the inner loop. And over here we just print it out. In fact, it's also possible to just switch that around and do this over here, where you first read it from the input file, and then you print it out. You know, that's another way of doing it, but that's just not how it's structured here. So first we start printing this, then we read in the data from the file, and then over here in this cout we finish the line over here. So after each inner loop over here we want to go to the next line. You see that over here. Oh no, that's this endl over here, and then when you're done with the inner loop, you print a blank line, and that's this line here. Okay, after you do that for all 3 divisions and all 4 quarters, you close your file, and now we have the data loaded in an array, and we can simply go in another nested loop, division 0 through the number of divisions, and then over here for the quarters, and we just add current data to the total sales, and then we just display it here. So this is a nested loop. Keep in mind we have to use 2 indices, and in this case it's divisions and quarters.